Hi everybody, welcome to this video on simple interest and compound interest. Now, I'm going to be highlighting the differences between simple interest and compound interest in regards to the concept. I'm not going to be talking about calculation in this video. I'll talk about the differences in calculation in another video, but in this video I want to talk about the differences in terms of theory. So simple interest, you invest principal at the start, and during the period you earn your interest. And at the end of the period, you are paid out your principal plus the interest that you earn. And this is the end of your calculation. You have calculated how much interest you have earned during one period. And you have calculated what that would be with the principal, which is essentially your future value. Compound interest is similar, but not exactly the same. Because in compound interest, you are no longer talking about one period, you're talking about many periods. And you can have as many periods as you like. So M is a way of saying you can put any number here. It can be a million. So you would calculate the compound interest earned on a million periods. Right? So that's the first difference between compound and simple. With simple interest, you are talking about one period. In compound, you are talking about an interval periods. So that's the first difference. What is the second difference? Second difference comes with your principal. Because in compound interest you're talking about more than one period, but you have to still follow the same rule where at the end of the period you get your principal plus I, you are essentially going to invest your principal plus your interest into the second period. And I'll illustrate what that means. So when you invest principal at the start of a period, so you earn interest during this period, and you are paid out, just like in simple interest, your principal plus the interest that you have earned. But this amount is then reinvested. It is reinvested into the second period, and you are earning interest in that second period again. But what is so important about that? Because your principal is now principal plus interest, you are going to earn interest on the interest that you have already earned in your first period. And this continues throughout all the periods in your calculation. So you will earn interest on interest on interest on interest on interest. And now, this is another key difference, because in simple interest, your principal stayed the same throughout the whole calculation. But in compound interest, your principal is consistently changing at the end of every period. So let's write that down. Your principal here is constant. Your principal here is changing. Now let's look at the last difference. In simple interest, the amount of interest that you earn is calculated on your principal. Right? So interest rate is calculated on principal, and that's how you get the amount of interest earned, right? In compound, your interest rate, which is denoted by I, that's compound interest, right, is calculated on your principal and your interest. Why do I say that? It's because you are no longer just getting your rate multiplied by your principal multiplied by your time. That's not it anymore, because in compound interest you have to include the interest that you have earned. So essentially your interest rate will be multiplied by your principal plus your interest. And that is another key difference. Now these are the key differences between simple interest and compound interest. And I'll show you the differences in calculation in the next video. Thank you for watching.